Hey, yeah, fresh out the, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decades since it opened back in 1998. Welcome everyone to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Justin Tucker has this all teed up, and we're underway from the bank. He'll begin his return from the 11. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 38. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Working quickly here. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Finding Collins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On play action, here's Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Here we go.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Mixon on the toss. Has some space inside the 15. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They put a receiver in motion right. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Putting a receiver in motion. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Has it down close. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go.
Throwing is Stroud. Has his man. It's Mixon. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Along the right sideline, there's space. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens get the game's first points here in the second. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Dameon Pierce now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Still on his feet. He gets forward, next back 4 yards. Justin Matabike making that stop.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. They strike for 23 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. And it's the Texans. With it, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Completed to Collins. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Pass caught by Mixon. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. has it all set up for the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Bateman hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Here's Henry on the option. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. 2nd and 6 now. He finds Aguilar. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this 1st half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Hardy on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Offense up to the line fast. Here's 2nd and 7. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Jackson now on 3rd. He's on the move. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Takes this in the area of midfield. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 45 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be Texans football. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Chased out to his right. Sends it to Diggs along the sideline. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
All right. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had. And the completion still pretty good for the defense.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on fourth down, and they move those chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
New set of downs for him at the 38. One of the tight ends in motion left. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. This, our last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
Running it after the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. He'll throw it. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
This is Henry on 2nd. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 21. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Two timeouts plus the 2-minute warning for them to use, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you can get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Escapes the puck. And he got there in time. He's taken down. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. To throw. But the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down. Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. He'll look to throw it. Andrews with the catch. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Now to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, but you couldn't do it. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Stays in the pocket. Ooh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down. Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. Hardy on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
Returned it. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. Hey, middle.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st down, ball at the 36. They send him left out of the slot. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 41. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. gun, Henry. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's caught. He found some space. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it, adding all the extra yardage.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal.
Hey, report! Report!
From the red zone now. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to hit his fullback there. And it'll be second and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Trying to run with Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Third and goal, Henry. And he gets in, touchdown. The Ravens taking the lead in this game. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
The extra point is good, and that's a big one. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in overtime. Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. He'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Tight end in motion left. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. He throws a bullet down the right side. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Now a give to Mixon. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass caught by Mixon. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Stroud now on third. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Has it at the 7. And he drives this forward to the 6. Forget that it was fourth down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the first.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
They'll try again from the 4. It's second and goal. Back to throw, Stroud. Touchdown, Houston! So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
So now the Texans decide not to pull the offense. They're not kicking. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. Forced out to his right. And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead.
For the antidote, there's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan of you. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Charlotte. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. First and 10.
Set, ready.
Right to the air goes Young. Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire.
So you work all week on your opening script, Mike, and what happens? Well, that opening script is going to have to wait until your second possession. The defense comes out with a big stop early. They get the interception, and now it's the opposing team going out looking to take this early lead.
And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Stroud. Off-balance throw. It's complete. The Panthers will take their first timeout. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Back to throw, Stroud. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. That's the linebacker.
Yes, them a look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get smooth like the skin on my face. Draw figure 8 when we wind up my waist. Bumper and boom, we no need either wait. If you get it, then that's the play. You wanna run it up, run it up, all night. If the lights went down, get your kip up, baby. You wanna drop it down, pick it up, turn around, lift it up for you all night. Bet you wanna get some of my dirty love, baby. The boys them all want me. Them gyal I get salty. When I'm talking spicy. It make you want bite me. You just want the flavor. 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 Come on, baby, what you tryna do? I'm tryna pull up on you like a drive-through. I wanna know if we rockin', would you keep it cool? Take trips in private dinners just for us two. Yeah, he buy me Givenchy dresses and feed me breakfast. Immaculate, loving when he show affection.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Darius Slay with the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on 3rd down. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Stroud now on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Schultz with the catch. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Stroud off the play fake. Dell with the grab. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Mixon on the counter. And they bring him down around the 34. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. On the ground again with Mixon. Another big rip for him. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
All right.
Mixon on the toss. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to the link right after this. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. It's Mixon on 2nd down. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same.
And in for the Houston touchdown. Well, Brock, we don't see this often, but love it whenever we do. The fullback, the target on that one, and he ends up with 6.
You're absolutely right, Kate. You don't see fullbacks utilize that much, but man, when you do have a weapon like that, it stretches a defense so thin. Big time touchdown. Yes, by a fullback.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Flush down now to his left. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And the Texans take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Here we go.
Going right side, mixing with it. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Looks like a gain of around 7. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 3 now. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Milton Williams making the stop. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. From the gun, Stroud. complete beyond the marker. He's got the first down grab and still going. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. So roughing the passer gifts them a first and goal.
Here we go.
Working inside the red zone. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Texans grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
No touch it. No touch.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Robbie. Here we go. Let's go. Hey.
First down, Stroud. And he's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They're now set for 1st and 10.
Look the hot, look the hot. Oh, hey.
Looking to throw, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Nike Texas. Here we go. Play.
On play action, here's Stroud. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
South.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Working quickly here. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Buys time, rolling right. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans get more points to end a lopsided first half. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down.
Tiger swamp.
Looking to throw. He's on the move. And he'll get it up to the 27. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half. This time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down quickly right inside his own 10.
Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
Escapes out to the left. We're working a couple of yards past the line. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. They'll cobble together a yard there. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Tight end gets it running forward. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Offense up to the line fast. Hurts now on 4th. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like a little short of that 35. They find 21 yards and get the first down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4.
Don't touch that. Don't touch.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. He's out near midfield and still going. Past the 35. 20, 15. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Set up for the 2-point conversion.
Kyle up, Yeti. Don't touch.
Hurts now from the gun. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for 2. That trims the lead just a little bit. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, uno. Out, slide, fight. Run.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Milton Williams making the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun now, 1st round. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Stroud gonna go on 4th down. Throw is caught by the back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that's sure.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Here we go.
So we're through 3 here. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Out.
Back to throw, Stroud. Dumps it off to his running back. Gets some space around midfield. Keeps it moving. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
So now the Texans decide not to pull the offense. They're not kicking. They're going for two. He's throwing for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for two, but it doesn't work out. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Great. Set. No touch.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Great. Set. No touch.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Offense in the hurry up here. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped it incomplete on 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
No touch.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Room to run inside the 20. Launches, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
And the pass is successful. That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. Oh, and the kicking team's got it! 2-score game. Gotta get yourself additional opportunities somehow. And that right there, that's a huge one. Feel like they absolutely now have to translate this into points.
They really do, and not just make it a one-possession game. As you've taught me, Kate, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One possession at a time, one play at a time, one bite at a time to the very end.
Hey, easy, 63, 63, bad. Delta.
First down throwing for Hurts. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Has room down the left sideline. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans push their lead to 18.
Eagles 16. Kaimi Fairbairn as the kickoff for Houston.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set. Delta.
Hurts back to the air after the pick. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Able to find Dotson here. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
Delta, set.
39-yard line.
Delta.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Hurry up offense now as time runs down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down, ball at the 36.
Great, set. Hey, 73. Delta.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Getting out to his left. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Escapes a defender. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Got to hurry this to the line. Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So the Texans come away with the road win. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So that puts a bow on this one for my...
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I